You see them on cars, you see them on trains, heck, even airplanes have landing lights. So why on earth do the biggest machines on the planet, these massive ships that weigh hundreds of thousands of tons, sail through a pitch-black ocean with no headlights?
You know, this exact question has haunted people for over 100 years. Right after the Titanic sank, a survivor said what pretty much everyone was thinking. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That maybe, just maybe, a simple beam of light could have changed history.
It feels like such an obvious solution. So why isn't it a standard thing on every single ship? Well, that's the mystery we're diving into. And trust me, the answer is way more complex and, frankly, more fascinating than you might think. It involves a disastrous naval battle, a secret language of the sea, and some physics that are just mind-bending.
To really get why this seemingly brilliant idea is actually a catastrophically bad one, we have to look at a time when someone actually put it to the test, and the results were, not good.
Okay, so let's fast forward 30 years after the Titanic. We're right in the middle of World War II, and the Imperial Japanese Navy decides, you know what? Let's give these powerful searchlights a shot. The scene is the brutal naval battle of Guadalcanal.
The plan was simple enough. Light up the enemy US warships, make them an easy target. But out there in the absolute darkness of the Pacific, those searchlights acted like a giant flashing neon sign. The Akatsuki basically just screamed, "Hey, I'm over here, shoot at me." And that's exactly what the US Navy did. The ship was destroyed fast. It was a fatal lesson. A light meant to help you see can also get you seen and sunk.
So if ships aren't using big lights to see where they're going, then what are all those little lights you see on a boat at night? Well, here's the twist. They aren't for the captain of that ship, they're for everyone else.
And this is the absolute key difference. A car's headlights light up the road for the driver, but a ship's navigation lights, they're a silent, coded language that tells other ships everything they need to know. Who you are, what you are, and where you're going.
The core of this language is actually incredibly simple. It all comes down to two colors, red and green. Red is for the port, or the left side of the ship, and green is for the starboard, or the right side. And hey, here's a handy way to remember it. Port and left both have 4 letters. Simple as that.
So here's how it actually works. By seeing the color of these lights, usually with a yellow light up on the mast, a sailor instantly knows what another ship is doing. You see a green light, it's crossing in front of you from the left. A red light, it's crossing from your right. But if you see both a red and a green light at the same time, well, that means it's heading straight for you. And now you've got a problem.
Okay, but even with this really cool system, the original question is still there. Why not have both? You know, navigation lights and a big ol' headlight, just in case? The answer, my friends, lies in the brutal, unforgiving physics of the open ocean.
Let this number just sink in for a second. 3 miles. That is the average distance it takes for a fully loaded supertanker or a massive container ship going at a totally normal speed to come to a complete stop.
50. That distance is just incredible. It's almost impossible to really wrap your head around the sheer momentum these vessels have. And this, right here, is where the whole headlight idea just completely falls apart.
So here's the math, and it's not pretty. A really powerful headlight, like for a car, might let you see about 1,600 feet ahead. But as we just said, a big ship needs 10 times that distance to stop. By the time your headlight actually spots that iceberg, it's already over. There is just no way to stop in time. But what if you invent some kind of super headlight that can see for 3 miles? Well, now the problems just get worse. A light that intense would totally blind the crew of any oncoming ship, making a crash more likely, not less. Even worse, that crazy bright beam would hit the waves and the sea spray right in front of your own ship, reflecting right back into the eyes of your crew. And on top of all that, it would completely wash out those critical red and green navigation lights, making that whole language of the sea totally useless.
So, the solution wasn't to try and drive a ship like it's a car on a highway. The solution was to develop entirely new ways of seeing, ways that don't rely on the human eye or even visible light at all.
Captains today basically have superpowers. They've got radar, which sends out radio waves in all directions that bounce off anything solid, other ships, land, icebergs, and shows it all on a screen, no matter if it's foggy, dark, or stormy. And of course, they have GPS, which gives them their exact location on the planet down to the foot.
So you can think of modern maritime safety like a 3-legged stool. You've got the classic navigation lights for seeing each other, you've got the all-seeing eye of radar, and you've got the pinpoint accuracy of GPS.
Altogether, they create a safety system that's just way more robust than any headlight could ever hope to be.
And there's one more really important reason. The ocean is a living ecosystem. Blasting it with massive, bright lights would cause huge confusion for marine animals. It would mess up migration patterns, breeding cycles, and the whole delicate balance of life under the waves. Protecting the natural darkness of the deep sea is actually a big environmental issue.
Okay, now after telling you all of that, I have to let you in on a little secret. There is one and only one time when ships actually do use massive, powerful spotlights.
And this is the exception that proves the rule. Up in the polar regions, icebreakers aren't trying to avoid the ice. Their whole job is to smash right through it. They need those intense spotlights not to see things miles away, but to find the best paths and see what kind of ice to break just a few hundred feet in front of their super strong hulls. It's a totally different job.
And that really gets to the heart of it all. The first sailors thought the solution was to fight the darkness, just overpower it with light. But modern navigation accepts the darkness and just uses smarter tools, radio waves, satellites, and a simple, elegant color code to move through it safely and intelligently.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. It makes you wonder what other simple fixes we think of for really complex problems are actually completely wrong, for reasons we haven't even thought of yet. Because what seems obvious on the surface is rarely the whole story.